Hi, I'm Isaia Diermier, and I'm doing my book report with Screwtape Letters. Screwtape Letters is a book that is composed of 31 letters written by a demon named Screwtape. He writes these letters to his nephew, whose name is Wormwood. At this point in time, Wormwood is trying to influence a newly Christian man that they refer to as the patient, away from God and towards hell. In these letters, Screwtape offers advice on how to influence this young man using materialism, selfishness, cowardice, and just denying God in general. So throughout these letters, you can see this man's battle with it and the ups and downs he goes through and the struggles that he goes through with his mother or marrying into a Christian family or the war that is occurring at this time and the fear that that war brings. One of the things that really stood out to me in this book and that I could really apply to my life was the fact that Screwtape really didn't want the patient to have a voice of reason. That he really pushed Wormwood to not let him get to that point, because the voice of reason will lead you to God and it will push you that way. And it really made me think about how I need to use that voice of reason more than just doing something because I want to. That using that voice of reason will help me in my life today, and it will help me in the future, instead of just going and doing something because I want to, or because it feels good, or because it satisfies me. Doesn't make it right. And using this voice of reason and really thinking about what I'm going to do or what I am doing with my life will help me better myself and help me push my faith and my relationship with God just a more into this, more in that way. And then the second thing that really stood out to me was that Christianity isn't a fashion statement. It's not something where I can say I'm Christian, but I don't act like it. It's something that you really need to buy into and be that person first before you're anything else. Because in the book, Screwtape wanted the patient to be a Christian, but he also wanted him to be involved in other movements, because the other movements would take this focus away from God, and it would make his Christianity a sidecar, like it does in politics, where one person may preach one thing and say that they're Christian, but it's just for the ratings, or it's just for people to accept them more. And this patient had a really good influence with his wife's family. And it said how they didn't do this. They held on to their faith and they practiced their faith. So ultimately, it just really stuck out to me that I need to be a Christian first, and that everything else comes second. Because if I'm something else than Christianity, my relationship is second, it's not going to be where it needs to be.